Welcome to this segment of Soul, Silence, and Sound. This is brought to you by Be Simply.
Stars, trees, clouds, and the moon. They all have a meaning and they look
Welcome to
just
this segment
like
of Soul,
you.
Silence, and Sound. This is brought to you by Be Simply, and this is our full moon lunar meditation and musing. So here we are, and the energy of this cycle has really been about love and continues to be about love. So really, really, really beautiful. The moon just went past its fullness, and I think our second moon is right there, almost overlaid on the full moon. Some people were catching that last night, and so we're in that sweet spot. But no matter when you listen to this segment, it'll serve you well. So as I've reminded you over and over again, the full moon is when you move into action. There's energy to be harnessed and not necessarily all to be released on this day, and you're getting an extra charge up. So to give yourself some space on this day or any day that you feel like you're just really ready and roaring to go, you have a lot of energy, vitality, that's a sign that your chi is in a certain state to get a lot done, but you want to harness some of it so you can carry it forward with ease and grace and have some reserves. So as we really hopefully have washed out anything that we're ready to leave behind as we entered into this lunar cycle, this is that moment to get a little deeper acquainted with your heart center and your relationship, as I talked about in the previous new moon segment, with the divine. Love is the word I'm going to use. And it's not the sticky love. It's not the love that makes you go wild. It's not the love that you have for your children. It's bliss. It's this unexplainable energy that supports each and every one of us. It's calm, it's steadfast, and it's reassuring, and it's everywhere. And you might especially resonate with it when you're out in nature in an ecosystem that is harmonious with you. And so what this means is really, as we continue to go through our separation in consciousness, we are really more multidimensional than most people understand. And humanity has been held fixated in a dense position because other beings that can't be dense, that's a pun, they can be dense, but in the physical sense, have been having influence over each and every one of us. And so irregardless of how they think this is going to go, and there's a lot of co-oping going on right now, is you can think of it as having a great play that's we're seeing the end, and they had the ability to see the beginning, which is happening and has been happening, and they decided they would try to co-op a prophecy that's not theirs to co-op. It makes me giggle because it's sweet. Like, you guys can come along, but you're going to have to learn how to love. And I'm sure some of our fellow humans will be happy to assist along the way and extend compassion and empathy. And the reason I share this and giggle is that, you know, when you let go of all the things that weight you down in the emotional center, the things that divide you from your fellow brother or sister, everything becomes light. And I'm not saying that there aren't atrocities going on. And the reason that there are atrocities going on, there's two reasons. One, we have cause and effect. So where we lost awareness and decided not to put up the good heart to protect one another That's where we had transgressions. And also there's the point where people were being manipulated and lied to, even about our history. And so that gets things confusing. So we have cause and effect that we co-created, and then we have present moment situations that put an extra layer on top of that confusion. So bit by bit, the veil continues to drop and be pulled back. And for humanity at large, just to understand that these destined moments are fixed, meaning that they can't change, even if the trickster, they call it the coyote energy, is trying to outsmart humanity a little bit more. And so what that means is that there's the opportunity for those that want to be honorable and want to live in the resonance that is actually created within this earth plane. They can do that. Everyone's allowed, but it's not going to work when things that are demeaning and harmful to others are happening behind the scene. So as each one of us surrenders unto ourself and lets go of the riverbanks, so to speak. I talked a little bit last week about the 9th hour. It's really about letting go, and think about any time in your life where you've been attached to how things were and wish that they would stay that way, or wish they wouldn't have turned in a way that is requiring you to jump off a cliff or let go of the riverbank. And so right now, we're all being asked, we've been asked over and over again, especially in this lifetime, to let go. And with that brings us to that destined moment, this beautiful moment where we are, oh gosh, just so blessed to be entering a phase where our hearts will be leading us. We will be afforded the opportunity to really master the secret sauce that each one of you has inside of you and contribute that to the world around you. And so this isn't about a big tech moment making things go faster and, having giant robots do things. Really, humanity and the frequency of the divine likes to be in love, likes to move in love, and likes to feel that love in physicality. And that's in the most purest form. It's like, having something made for you in that resonance it's similar to having someone that loves when they're in the kitchen and you get to eat that love. So that's like the opposite of a lot of this tech. And so while it might be interesting, while we might find ways to integrate it, it was not the solution to the prophecy that's unfolding. So for all of you out there that know what I'm saying, that big rock you randomly placed next to the prophecy, it was known that it was fake. But good job with the computer. I think that will serve in its own way. Maybe that's part of your contribution in a way that you can't imagine. So what that means to each one of you that have no idea what I just said is that, sit back and determine how you want technology to be in your life and really hold yourself accountable to that right now. Because the more that you can put it in its place at like a time slot per day, limitation will allow you to experience more love and let you be in your natural ecosystem. Because as we continue to go through this transition with the unexplainable, there will be less and less interference from these techs, this technology. And that's a good thing. Like I said, it's good to have a little bit, but too much isn't worth it. And definitely there's really, if you step back, if you all took a walk, maybe anytime after you've heard this broadcast, out into nature and just leave your phone at home and just be and feel the resonance, and further into nature you can go, the better. And then, you can have that contemplation as like, how much do I really need this? How much extra noise and electricity do I need in my home, in my car, all those things? Because we are these electromagnetic emitting beings that are pulsating and sending out waves of information and electricity. So by adding extra into your surroundings, it's not necessarily beneficial. So the other part I want to share is that as we go further into this process, that divinity is and nature are something very valuable for you to stay close to. And the temptation oftentimes has been in the past, advancements, harder, faster, better, more money, all those kinds of things. But that's all just energy. And the one thing that has been ignored for the last several hundred years, or I don't know, maybe 500 years, is that the yin energy, the feminine, is rising up, and not to be a matriarch, but to bring in harmony between the masculine and the feminine, the yin and the yang, the Tao from within. And so within that, there's a requirement to be in balance, to learn how to listen, how to slow down, and to be. And so when things are moving really fast, it creates a phonetic energy that doesn't serve yourself and others. It's like when your internal system is moving fast, you can feel it. You might start heating up. Your brain might start racing. You might not be able to speak. All those kinds of things. It's not helpful. So to slow down and be. And so this is part of the prophecy, and that's why it doesn't help. The computer didn't help. You kind of gave yourself away, because it's about really getting back into nature and the agricultural system. And just like anything that enters the room, it can be asked to exit. So for those interdimensional beings that decided to jump in and check us out for a while, it's time to exit or learn how to be a human. And for some, there's a love for tech, and a love for maybe having a robot, and I don't know, being lazy a little bit, keeping your hands out of the soil, being surrounded by a lot of electricity and noise. And the beautiful thing about the universe is you will understand what that's all about and how it can lead you to a certain place. And for the most part, with our limited understanding of the history that's been hidden from us, it has usually led to a collapse. Yet the seed can still go in the soil. The atmosphere can still yield water. And the alchemical dance that we can have with our ecosystem can continue holistically and beautifully. So if you're inspired to decide, where you want to stand, because we are getting wider and wider on this pathways, consider them two parallel lines going side by side, and we're still at this place of running across the street from one another. And for you to really decide, and that's why you would want it to walk out in nature, what do you value? Do you value being in a high-tech world, or do you value being in an agricultural world? I can put it that way. And if you do like to have some of the things from the tech world, what would that be and what would the interface be? I can let you know that the agricultural world is not necessarily going to have as much, like, to be in mastery, to be in this alchemical place and activate those things where the divinity can run through you and, create masterpieces. There's not going to be so much tech, but it's not to say that there can't be some. So have that contemplation for yourself so you're very clear as to how you want to interface. And then from there, what happens is all these other senses that are within you. You have the baseline understanding of senses from a physical suit, but there's all these other senses available to you. And it's not until that you make that commitment to your eternal being and the ecosystem that you prefer to be in that you will be able to start really developing some of those senses so that you can carry them on as you move forward into the most present next now and long-term now, beyond here. And someone might say, well, I'm a tech head. I love tech. I don't want to be without it. Well, again, you'll figure out that. And then you'll also feel the limitations because as I've mentioned before, hacking everything, popping a bunch of nutrients and pills and this, that, and the other, jumping into a bunch of cold plunges and saunas and having all these have to do's isn't really living in harmony. It's creating a lot of do versus learning how to listen and know where you're to be, when you're to be there, and how you're to be there. The indigenous cultures that have been almost eradicated on this planet have a capacity of listening that lets them know when to go, what the go time is. And it's not with a Chronos clock. It's something internal. And the technology disrupts that and makes one susceptible to mind control. So we're going to bring it around to love. So if you walk in love, meaning that every day that you decide that every foot you place on the earth is like a kiss to the earth plane, that you're stepping so mindfully that you're saying consciously, you're not pretending, you're like, I want to cultivate love. And everywhere I go, I want to be exuding this energy of love to the best of my ability and my knowledge, and understand this word is a complex word at this moment on the planet, but you could call it your divine or the unexplainable or God, whatever you want to say, but it's everywhere and nowhere at the same time. And so if you can take that step with maybe it starts with a seedling, a little seed of an intention that you're going to move with that grace, you will be amazed at what's seen. And by focusing there, you won't be in a place where you're kind of knocking things around and moving, what's the term, a bull in the china shop. You will be mindfully moving through your ecosystem, and you'll be aware of others because we're all co-creating this tapestry together. So if you're always interested in what it is for you and you're not paying attention, soon enough, those individuals will find themselves out beyond here and on maybe that pathway with the big tech. So think about how and what it means to be in the resonance of love in each and every moment, and how you can deepen that. Because it starts with a seedling, and a seed, then a seedling, and then it becomes a plant. And through that process, you'll deepen what it means to experience that. And also remember, like the moon, that energy can wax and wane. And sometimes if it starts to dissipate from your awareness, then that's a time to rest, to ground, to bring yourself back into center, and then re-approach the world around you. And so it'll be about being, listening, and moving in love. And if you do that every moment, imagine just being offered a cup of tea from someone that's holding that resonance of love. That tea is going to be so delicious because that's what's held. And again, it's nothing about grasping. It's really about an offering. And then you will start receiving that same energy. It's always with us. So we're really supported in a way that it's not like we have to figure it out. We just have to be willing to surrender to accessing it and let go of our pride and our what we think we know and our attachment to having things that don't serve us, all those kinds of things. So I encourage you to play with it as we continue on through this lunar cycle and feel into that resonance. And while in the external world, your attention might be pulled left, right, and center, if you meet divisive places, I encourage you to bring it back to center and just share with a person, place, or thing like, thank you so much, but I really want to retain my equanimity right now. And I'm here, but I want to hold my center. We don't have to participate in these power dynamics because that's duality and that creates division. And that's what got us here in the first place. So I want to thank each and every one of you for being here in this moment. We're going to go into the meditation. I just want you to let all my words just wash over you. And then I want you to rise up, all the way, open that spine up. We're so conditioned, even myself, to crunch down in our spine. Lift it up and then drop those shoulders down. Soft gaze down in front of you. And then take a nice, gentle breath in. And out. Again, inhale. And exhale. Another one. Inhale. And exhale. And then gently from there, I want you to observe your natural breathing pattern. Breathing in and out. Gently from there, I welcome you to gently lean back and recline or move fully into Shavasana, a prone position on your back with your palms facing upward as we transition into receiving sound. As you settle in, just take a nice gentle breath into the heart and out. Again, inhale. And exhale. And one more inhale. And exhale. And then continue to follow your natural breathing pattern. Taking a soft, gentle breath in and out. And gently bringing your awareness back to my speaking voice. And when you're ready, you're going to just gently rise up into a seated position. And if you're comfortable, stay exactly where you are. And then gently from there, continue to bring that breath up into your heart center. And then exhale out. Again, inhale. And exhale. One more inhale. And exhale. Good. And then gently from there as you breathe in and out, I want you just to take a moment to give gratitude for all aspects of self. And then gently from there, if inspired, sending some love, gratitude, kindness, and compassion out beyond here to a person, people, and or place that you feel it's needed, wanted, and welcomed. And then gently, as you bring your attention back to you, I want to remind you that in a spiritual practice that which will serve all beings right now, and simple silence is kind of that non-denominational way to go, but can also be coupled with your faith or your belief systems. However, when you learn to deepen silent meditation, you will be able to access these skills that are part of your eternal being, and ones that apply to the 3D world, but also ones that give you access to things without using technology. And so that's the beauty of right now, is that this is occurring, and where each person has developed and transformed and transcended within themselves, it will keep growing. And for those that are reliant on things that are giving them shortcuts, they'll still have to go back and learn how to ride their bike with training wheels and then 2 wheels, and then maybe they get on a race bike. You'll be able to go from there. So I want you to contemplate that as when you take your walk out in the woods, that your ability to retain love in each and every moment, to be in love, to move in love, to listen in love, will help you build up the metaphorical muscles so that you can access these higher states of being, which will yield you technology that is awe-inspiring and has nothing to do with satellites and machines. All right. So if there's anything I can do for you, please reach out. I thank each and every one of you for being here in this moment. I want to thank Dante Marino, Random Rab, Kadri Scott for being here. We're going to exit out with little Kadri Scott. And I want to also encourage you to remind yourself that you matter. All aspects of you are important. Until next time, this is Suzanne signing out with full heart, a soft gaze, a gentle smile, a deep bow, and a namaste. Be simple.